In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NBA games happening on November 23, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Heat versus Philadelphia 76ers. It's an Eastern Conference meeting on the hardwood as the Miami Heat head to Philadelphia to face the 76ers on Sunday afternoon. Miami comes into this matchup after a dominant 143-107 road win over Chicago. They entered that game as a 2.5-point underdog and controlled the action from start to finish. Philadelphia also earned a strong result in its last outing, a 123-114 overtime win on the road against Milwaukee as a 1.5-point favorite. In the all-time regular season series, Miami holds a 75-67 edge, and the Heat have taken 4 straight meetings. The most recent matchup was a 117-105 Miami home win on April 7th. Both teams enter with notable injuries. The Heat will again be without Tyler Herro, Andrew Wiggins, and Nikola Jovic. The 76ers have ruled out Kelly Oubre Jr. and Joel Embiid, while VJ Edgecombe is listed as questionable. Miami arrives with steadier form over the past couple of weeks and just produced a 36-point win over the Bulls. Philadelphia counters with an impressive overtime victory at Milwaukee that came behind a big scoring night from Tyrese Maxey, who finished with 54 points. Miami has 3 wins in a row and played with clear rhythm in its last game. The Heat reached 143 points, and 8 players scored in double figures. Kelly Oubre led the team with 20 points, which reflects how Miami has approached this season. They use a balanced scoring structure with no single player separating from the rest of the roster. Their increased pace has raised the confidence of the group. Although they sit 12th in offensive efficiency, they lead the league with an average of 124.8 points per game. They will need another high-scoring effort in this matchup, especially if Tyrese Maxey finds a similar groove. Maxey's 54-point performance in Milwaukee lifted the 76ers to an important win while playing the second game of a back-to-back set. Paul George is working back into form after his injury absence, and the team looks more stable than it has in recent seasons. Their statistical profile shows average marks across most categories except blocks, where they sit first in the league. Maxey and Edgecombe shape much of their perimeter production, and they form one of the top backcourts in the league so far this season. Games between the Heat and 76ers tend to hold interest because of the contrast in styles. Last season, Miami swept the 4-game set and won each matchup by an average of 14.7 points. Over the last 8 meetings, Miami has covered the spread 7 times. The Heat have also produced a 6-2 straight up and against the spread mark in their last 8 games overall. Miami enters after a decisive win over Chicago in which 8 players reached double figures. Even with missing pieces, they present matchup problems. Philadelphia recently added Paul George back into its rotation, but the roster still shows signs of instability. Embiid has appeared in only 6 games this season and will sit again along with Oubre Jr. and Bona. Their absence removes length from the rotation, and that matters against a Miami team that rebounds well. The 76ers hold the home court edge with an early tip-off, but both teams bring clear strengths into this meeting. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Heat to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Miami enters with 10 overs in 16 games this season, including 6 overs in 8 road games. The Heat rank 1st in points per game, 13th in offensive efficiency, and 1st in tempo at 105.9 possessions per game. Philadelphia came into Saturday night with 8 overs in 15 games. The 76ers sit 15th in scoring offense, 11th in offensive efficiency, and 24th in tempo with an average of 99.4 possessions. Miami's pace and scoring volume tend to lift game totals. Philadelphia's offensive profile supports a matchup with steady scoring chances for both teams. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Orlando Magic versus Boston Celtics. The Orlando Magic visit the Boston Celtics on Sunday at TD Garden. Orlando stays short-handed with Paolo Banchero out, and the staff monitors Jalen Suggs as game time approaches. Boston keeps Jason Tatum on its injury report. Orlando has grown into a tough group and took real confidence from its strong win over the New York Knicks last night. They move straight into another test, and the quick shift from Orlando to Boston adds strain. Boston enters this matchup after a rough loss to the Brooklyn Nets, a result that hit a team that expects a higher standard. Orlando comes in after earning a third straight win, beating New York with steady effort on both ends. They now face the second night of a back-to-back, and the travel adds more weight to that challenge. Missing Banchero limits their offensive structure, and their road record sits below the break-even mark. That gives them less margin for error. Boston has a clean roster except for Tatum, and its usual rotation stays in place. Boston excels in hustle scoring. Over its last 10 games, the team ranks inside the league's top 10 in points off turnovers and in second chance points. Orlando ranks 18th in turnovers per game, and fatigue pushes the risk level higher. Boston values the ball better than any other team, and that advantage gives them more chances to shoot. Orlando can compete with effort, yet timing and roster gaps work against them. Boston carries an elite defense, holding the third-best field goal rate allowed. As our first pick for this matchup, the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Boston ranks second in points allowed per game at 108.8. Their pace is the slowest in the league, sitting 30th, while Orlando ranks 19th. Boston has hit the under in 2 straight and in 5 of its last 6. At home, Boston gives up 111 points per game. Orlando averages 116.7 points per game. Their pace ranks 19th with 104.3 possessions. They face a team that allowed 110 points per game across its last 3. Boston averages 113.2 points per game. Their pace ranks 30th with 99.6 possessions. They face a team that allowed 110.3 points per game across its last 3. These elements pull the expected scoring lower rather than higher. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Charlotte Hornets versus Atlanta Hawks. The Charlotte Hornets travel to face the Atlanta Hawks at State Farm Arena on Sunday night. Charlotte enters the matchup without Grant Williams, Pat Connaughton, and Ryan Kalkbrenner. Atlanta will be without Onyeka Okongwu, Keaton Wallace, and Trae Young. Charlotte's season has unraveled, and the loss to James Harden and the Clippers last night showed how easily opponents can carve up this roster. Atlanta has taken a different path. The team has responded to Young's injury with steady play on both ends of the floor, and that has kept them competitive every night. Atlanta sits in the top half of the league in both offensive and defensive efficiency. That balance has made possessions feel stable and predictable, and it has forced opponents to adjust throughout each game. Charlotte relies on young players who need rhythm and structure, and the current injury issues limit their options in the half court. The Hornets have a 1-7 straight-up record on the road, along with a 3-5 record against the spread away from home. Their offensive and defensive efficiency numbers both sit in the bottom tier of the league. Atlanta's ball movement and decision-making have created clean looks, and their approach has translated into a 9-8 record against the spread this season. Charlotte has also dropped 7 of its last 8 road games. Atlanta has claimed 5 of the last 6 meetings with Charlotte, and 3 of those wins were by double figures. Expectations were higher for Charlotte entering the season, but the team has again fallen into the same pattern. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Hawks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Atlanta and Charlotte both play fast. The Hawks rank 4th in pace, and Charlotte sits in the 10th spot. Young players drive much of the action on both sides, and their comfort in transition increases the tempo. Each team allows at least 114 points per game, and both offenses have shown they can reach that range with little resistance. Atlanta games have hit the over 9 times in 17 tries. Charlotte has played 8 road games, and 5 of those have gone over the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Clippers versus Cleveland Cavaliers. The Los Angeles Clippers visit the Cleveland Cavaliers at Rocket Arena on Sunday night, and both teams arrive with long injury reports that shape this matchup. The Clippers continue to operate without several important pieces, with Kawhi Leonard, Bradley Beal, and Derek Jones Jr. listed out. The Cavaliers remain without Jarrett Allen, Lonzo Ball, Sam Merrill, and Max Strus, which has limited their depth even as their core has played with steadier form. The Clippers looked sharp in their win over the Charlotte Charlotte Hornets on Saturday, but that result came against one of the weakest teams in the league. Before that victory, their play trended in the wrong direction. They have relied on James Harden to handle a heavy load on offense, and the schedule puts them at a disadvantage since they must play on short rest. They hold a 5-11-0 record against the spread, and the inconsistency shows in how often they stall on offense. Cleveland has produced more stable performances this season. Even with injuries to role players such as Allen and Merrill, they have kept their style intact. They sit 10th in scoring and 14th in points allowed, which reflects a balanced approach. They have also sustained strong work on the glass, collecting 12.4 offensive rebounds per game. That presence on the boards has helped them extend possessions and create extra chances for their main scorers. Donovan Mitchell leads their perimeter attack at 30.2 points per game, and Evan Mobley anchors the inside scoring with 18.8 points per game. Those two options let Cleveland attack in different ways and prevent defenses from focusing on one area of the floor. The Clippers, by comparison, rank 26th in scoring and 18th in points allowed, and they secure only 9.9 offensive rebounds per game, which limits their second chance opportunities. The Cavaliers also take advantage of playing at home while the Clippers deal with the fatigue of a back-to-back. Kawhi Leonard is technically eligible to return, but he has not played since November 3rd and is not expected to appear in this game. The Clippers have covered the spread in 3 of their last 13 contests, which reflects their struggle to maintain rhythm with a depleted lineup. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cleveland Cavaliers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Clippers average 112.3 points on 47.1% shooting. They allow 117.1 points on 47.1% shooting. They shoot 36.6% from 3 and 83.1% from the free throw line. They allow 38.7% shooting from deep and collect 41.4 rebounds per game. The Cavaliers average 119.9 points on 46% shooting. They allow 115.7 points on 45.9% shooting. They shoot 35% from 3 and 75.2% from the free throw line. They allow 37.2% shooting from deep and secure 44.1 rebounds per game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.